Good morning. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I wanted to share one moment from my chalet. Uh, well, the good news is that I put a good price, and I made special price for small families and couples for the chalet, and that really paid off. I have no less than 6 bookings in February, and the first people were really happy. They gave me a 10 out of 10 on Booking.com. I was going to meet them, but then I was so late getting I found all the duvets and towels and bedding, and everything's really great. So now I am definitely equipped for 10 adults and 4 children at the chalet. I can do duvets, pillows, pillowcases for everybody. So I'm very proud of that. And then, so the first guest, they came on the weekend and they were happy. And now the second guest came and I got to meet them. And there were 2 ladies, and they had these 2 adorable little boys, like 6 and 8 years old, and they loved it. They were just exploring everywhere, and they discovered the secret room, which is this room. It's a third bedroom, and kids just love it. They just love it. And I hadn't set that room up because they had requested the first 2 bedrooms to be set up, which they also really loved. And oh my goodness, Nora and I worked hard. And that second bedroom, oh, it just looks beautiful. She chose just the right covers for the bed because we're really doing the highest levels of sanitation and stuff. Like I'm not even leaving bottles of oil and vinegar because she said you can get COVID from that, and she's absolutely right. Because one of the things on Booking you can do is offer salt, pepper, sugar, some very basic things. It's a real pain in the ass to buy a thing of salt every time you're just going someplace for 2 days, right? I'll still leave the salt, but she has a point. We have to actually spray it down in between guests, and that's what we do. I have a great disinfectant spray. Anyway, I'm digressing a little bit because there's just one thing that I have to tell you about. So they arrived, and I had this bottle of red wine, about half a bottle of really nice red wine I'd received as a gift. People in the mountains give red wine. And I didn't want to bring it back to Geneva. I didn't have anything to stopper it with. So I said, well, would you like to share they call it a verre d'amitié? It's a nice thing. So they're really sweet. They're both teachers. And so we had just one glass because I was driving. And I think they carried on after that. And the kids just loved the chalet. And we looked at the third bedroom, and the beds were made up but not covered with bedspreads. And we're like, okay, maybe they won't find it. And then they found the room, and they just loved it. And so we covered the bed so they could just play. I mean, they were just playing on everything. It was absolutely adorable. And my favorite memory, and this is the whole point of this video, it's the title, is after we really hung out for like a good hour or two. I mean, we overlapped a bit. And I told them everything I could possibly think of. They could ask questions about where to go sledding. In my chalet, you can sled by moonlight. You just walk up the hill. It's not a hill, it's a mountain. And I love to do that when the skiing's done. Because right up behind my chalet, if you were, maybe one day I'll put in a pulley system. If you walk straight up, hi James. Thank you for look at all the love I'm getting. Thank you, James Ward. Are the ski slopes of Grillon, Villars, Diabloret. They're all connected. It's this big network. And sledding by moonlight there is just awesome, especially if it's a full moon. So sledding by moonlight, especially when I first got the chalet back in 2009 and my kids were young, and we would go up there and sled all the time. It was really epic. Well, thank you for all this love I'm getting. Raul Jamaica Pinnock. So thank you. So we had this lovely moment, and they're really beautiful, 2 beautiful women standing in their power, full of love. We talked about spiritual things, and the chalet is just such a good energy, and they loved it, and their kids loved it. Okay, now here's the highlight. When I was leaving, well, all of that was a highlight. We enjoyed the view together, and just had a nice, lovely, lovely time sitting on the terrace. They're going to use the outdoor. Oh, do you know what's awesome? I got this giant metal bowl that's a fire pit, and you can sit on the terrace even when it's chilly and make a fire in this big bowl. It's like a portable fire pit. It's really cool, so they're going to use that. And then I packed up and I was going up the hill to where my car is parked, and I heard the kids, and I turned around, and in the third bedroom, there's this little window, and they had found these two Swiss flags. I have two little Swiss flags that I have with sort of a Santa Claus, but a woodsy kind of Santa Claus with skis in the chalet. And they had the two Swiss flags, and they were both popping out of this little window, and they were waving their little Swiss flags out the window, both of them, and they were singing at the top of their lungs, full of joy, Ici, nous sommes en Suisse, which means here we are in Switzerland. And they're both Swiss kids, born and raised in Geneva, and their moms are both Genevois, original from Geneva, which around here with all the international community and things, that's almost a rare thing. And they were just so proud and happy to be in Switzerland, right? I loved it. That was like my favorite moment there, to bring that joy. And they felt so delighted. The kids were happy. The moms were happy. Because if the kids are there, the two of them, they were just running all over, exploring everywhere, you know, in the chalet. And they found the secret room. And the secret room is really lovely. Because it's a little bit, they say, sous comble. Okay, so for adults, it's fine. But it's not the same as being in my bedroom. I mean, the master bedroom is, you know, welcome to paradise. Because it's huge. It's like 30 square meters. It's a really big bedroom with a balcony. But the kids love this little room. And what's really interesting, they called it the secret room. And also, the kids, there's some friends who, at one point I was thinking about selling the chalet, and they're friends of friends. We became friends now, and they've been renting the chalet, and their daughters, their two little girls, that's their favorite room, and they call it the secret room. Isn't that adorable? And they're also living in Geneva. So I have a secret room in my chalet. And I added this little Christmas tree light. It's like, here, if you look at this, this is my home in, where I usually live in Switzerland. And you see that tree? Okay, now mine, it's, the one I put in the kids' room is flat against the wall. It's like a Christmas tree, and it lights it all up just perfectly. And we took the bedside tables from the bedroom and put them in the kids' room, so that each one has now, I mean, it doesn't have to be kids' room though, it's great for adults as well. There's 2 single beds in there. I can now sleep 10 adults, count it, 10 adults and 4 children. Yeah. Plus, there's an inflatable mattress for friends. But I just loved it. That memory that just stayed with me. And it's the joy. And I love sitting outside. I always sat outside, had a cigarette while they were all getting inside, getting set up, and getting ready to go out for a walk and all that. And I was just enjoying my last minute with the chalet and the view and being grateful. And inside, everybody was so happy. I could hear them just laughing and laughing. And the women were so relaxed. And women work hard. I mean, they're, you know, if you're... And I'm really happy to have brought that joy. And then, was that Sandrine that just came on? Sandrine! There you are. Okay, Sandrine. Sandrine Martin, salut. Non, c'est de bonnes nouvelles avec le chalet, avec Nora, ça fonctionne bien. Nora, elle est super, elle est top, top, top. Merci beaucoup. Et on est en bonne équipe, et maintenant le chalet est super joli. Et sur booking.com, j'ai déjà 6 groupes. 6 groupes. Le deuxième est là maintenant. Ils sont super heureux. Et le premier m'a laissé sur Booking 10 sur 10. Ils aiment le chalet comme j'aime le chalet. C'est super, hein? Et Nora et moi, c'est super. Elle est là, elle fait tous. Elle fait même comment ça s'appelle? La linge et tout ça. Hein? Elle fait tous et elle fait le concierge. Elle parle 5 langues, notre Nora. Et elle est super gentille. Et les gens... OK, so, maintenant, là, ils sont deux dames super gentilles, chacun avec son fils de 6 à 8 ans. Et les enfants adorent le chalet. Et les enfants ont trouvé la 3e chambre OK? Il y a la troisième chambre sous-comble. Et il y a la petite fenêtre là. Et ils ont adoré ça. Et quand j'ai parti, bon, on a pris un verre d'amitié sur la terrasse ensemble. Et après, quand je suis parti, les deux enfants ont trouvé les deux... Comment ça s'appelle? La chose suisse, le rouge avec le croix. OK, le flag. Je ne sais pas le mot en ce moment. J'ai deux petits au chalet et ils étaient dans la petite fenêtre. Les deux sont 6 et 8 ans et adorables, adorables, adorables. Et ils ont eu les drapeaux, c'est ça, deux petits drapeaux suisses et ils ont chanté plusieurs fois. Ici, nous sommes en Suisse. Ici, nous sommes en Suisse. Et c'est bien, hein? La joie et aussi Ils sont suisses de Genève et ils ont vraiment connecté à leur joie d'être suisse et d'être en Suisse. Et c'est belle. Oh, les montagnes sont jolies. Et Sandrine, elle fait la cuisine. Je pense qu'on a un grand groupe. Enfin, il faut que tu fais un menu. Une page menu et je laisse dans le chalet, OK? Et je peux envoyer aux clients devant, je pense. Au moins mentionner. Tu fais une page avec ton menu joli pour 18 francs. Oh mon Dieu, le plat principal et tout le bon. Sandrine Martine cuisine. Super. Elle peut cuisiner pour le chalet, pour emporter. Alors, ici nous sommes en Suisse. C'était la chose, j'ai pensé en ça. Depuis c'est passé. C'est vraiment de joie, de donner de joie. Et le chalet, c'est plein de joie maintenant. Et ça donne l'énergie pour les prochaines aussi qui viennent. C'est super. Je dis merci à Dieu et merci à toi, Sandrine, pour me connecter avec Nora. Merci à tous et on se voit. Bisous, bisous. Ici, nous sommes en Suisse. So that I was giving a French translation to my friend Sandrine up in Grion, where the chalet is, and because she didn't understand a word I was saying. So again, the highlight, those two little boys who discovered the secret room that children just love, and they found also two little flags. And they were out the window with these two little flags, not out, hanging their heads out the window with the flags, waving the flags out the windows, singing at the top of their lungs, Ici nous sommes en Suisse, here we in Switzerland. I love bringing joy. And the chalet is her third name is Ode to Joy, top of the world, and Perce Neige, which is snowdrop in French. So I'm really grateful to God for all of this happening, and I'm happy that they're happy, and they're going to come back in the summer. Also, the first guests want to come back. So this is great. The chalet is happy too, full of happy people, and it's nice making it all pretty. It's good. So I'm happy. Hope you're happy too. Wishing you all the best. Bye-bye. Bonne journée. Au revoir.